sorry we made you say all that.
Oh my God, you're so chic. You're just so famous. I don't know about that quarantine haircut though. Like, I just got to be honest with you.
I mean, I did do it myself, so I will take all of the credit and all of the blame. I had to go get my driver's license photo today. Surprise! Everyone was in masks. Everyone, I mean, you know, you had the general DMV, like, people upset that they have to wait, but it was very organized relatively. And once you were inside, there's only like 10 or 15 other people inside.
Oh, chic. Okay, I want to talk candidly. You know, you and I are friends. I want to talk about your move.
Oh, are we?
Are we? It depends. It depends how much we've had to drink. I want to talk candidly about the move from People magazine to Entertainment Weekly, and now to AV Club. And for those that don't know, AV Club is your source for everything pop culture. But that was a very bold career move to leave this huge. Were you scared?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think taking any sort of big career move is a little scary. You know, you are such an inspiration, and I don't say that as a joke. Like, you know, you yourself made a big career change and move, and kind of created your own path. And company I went through many iterations of companies over there. When I started, we were Time Warner, then we were Time Inc., then we were Meredith, which is what we were when we left. And you know, all in all, I was there for pretty much a decade, and I grew up there, you know, and so it was hard to leave the people that I had grown up around. And I had like my work wife, who is still super close with me, and it was a hard call to make, but at the same time, you know, it was just becoming an editor-in-chief of a publication as respected and renowned as the AV Club was just something I couldn't pass up. And while I miss our voice as a brand, is something that's so exciting to me. And you mentioned it's for all kinds of pop culture, mainly both at People and Entertainment Weekly. I was mainly talking about TV, which is my true passion. And if I had to choose one form of pop culture, that's what I want. But here I get to deal with film and music and podcasts like this, and books and comics, all of it. And so to be able to just continue to grow and really talk about everything that interests me, not just TV, has been super interesting. That being said, today was a great day for TV.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's just dive in. What is happening? What are some of the biggest things in entertainment and pop culture that are happening during COVID? And of course, today, Reese Witherspoon almost jumped out the window today. We had the Emmy nominations. What is going on?
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll get to we can talk about the Emmys in just a second. But in terms of quarantine in general, you know, obviously there's not a lot of going on in the film space. But we're lucky, you know, we are gonna reach a point at which TV stops coming out as frequently. But for right now, most of the TV that's coming out right now was planned and filmed and done, you know, well before we all had to like be locked up in our homes. So, you know, we're still getting some great television. And also it's a great time to catch up on stuff. I'm currently watching Succession I hadn't watched it yet. And we've watched like,
oh God.
Yeah, we were halfway through season 2 and we started like on Friday. So that's been good. Netflix has been providing some great fun. Yep. If you want like really dumb TV, which I love, Floor is Lava is like the simplest and most dumb show ever. But if you love seeing people just like flop around and trying to make giant leaps and not succeeding, it's a show for you.
Well, especially since West Hollywood's closed, I can't see people trying to make, you know, leaps and then flopping around.
Yes, very true. I've seen people try to lunge for a man or woman and miss. Okay,
let's talk about the Emmys. There was some, things that we assume that happened. Of course, Meryl Streep, Laura Dern. But I think one of the biggest shocks is Reese Witherspoon, and maybe you can give me some insight. Did she cancel herself out? The morning show, Big Little Lies, and then the flaming housewife show, whatever.
Flaming housewife.
What happened?
Yeah, well, and to her testament, she's also an executive producer on all of those shows. So she's helping craft these stories, and so I'm sad that she doesn't get recognized, but at the same time, I do think there's a little bit, like we said, I think she cancels out that she was in 3 major projects, all
doing just fine. And it was great to see Succession, because they've only had 1 actor from the show that's been nominated. And then this year, almost the whole cast are nominated, because it's truly an ensemble show.
Cousin Greg.
But it's really funny to see how audiences and critics and voters changed loyalty so much. Like Handmaid's Tale, remember there was a year where Handmaid's Tale couldn't get enough nominations. Like they just wanted to add categories to honor it. Modern Family used to sweep everything, and now we're seeing like, oh yeah, that show. Things can change so quickly for a show, for an actor, for what's popular. Do you think it's because we're saturating content too fast that we're just like, okay, next, what else is bigger and better?
Well, I know you're always looking for something that's bigger and better. What Golden Globes, all these award shows have always been about the new shiny thing. You're always getting the new starlet, the new project, the new director. Those people are always going to get attention for their first couple projects or first couple seasons. And then, something new and shiny comes along. We all look there. There's that, but I also think that there's been something that was really democratizing about the voting this year, which is because they had, normally if you live in LA or New York, but particularly LA, there is 3 events going on every night from starting in March for people that are like throwing these lavish parties and, star-studded events, trying to get people to vote for their shows and raise awareness about their shows. All of that went away this year. So everyone who's now been stuck at home, either binging, like I just was saying, like binging Succession, or, watching stuff that they wouldn't normally have time to watch. Yeah. That's provided opportunities for shows to get attention that nobody would have even had the time to think about before.
It gives us time to watch amazing shows and binge watch like what we do in the shadows. And so I want to go ahead and bring in our man of the hour representing the Latinos. And hey, the Latinos didn't get a lot of representation in terms of acting this year. So, but it's actors like Harvey that are working on changing that. So let's introduce the man of the hour, Harvey Guillen, GLAAD award-winning actor and producer. Harvey's inventive and creative approach to acting has won the hearts of fans across the globe in the hilarious FX comedy series What We Do in the Shadows that just received an Emmy nomination for Best Comedy today. What We Do in the Shadows premiered its 2nd season on FX on April 15th and is being binge-watched over and over and has gained a hit following with fans from all different genres. In addition to What We Do in the Shadows, Guillen recently wrapped production on the upcoming film Werewolves Within, based on the Ubisoft game of the same name. He will act opposite Michael Chernus, Michaela Watkins, Sam Richardson, and boyfriend Cheyenne Jackson, and many more. Guillen has been seen in a wide array of TV series and films, including Sci-Fi's The Magicians, Nickelodeon's The Thundermans, Apple TV's Little America, MTV's Eye Candy. He also portrayed Elijah in the Don't Ask, Don't Tell Me What to Do episode of the series Raising Hope, for which he received a GLAAD Media Award for his role. And in film, of course, we first saw him on the big screen acting opposite Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn in The Internship and Netflix's mystery thriller Truth or Dare. Watch him in the final season of another favorite show of mine, Room 104 on HBO. And he's also on Quibi's Don't Look Deeper. Oh, and also don't forget to play the video game Guillermo's Stakeout on your phone. It's so fun. Please welcome the man of the hour, Harvey Guillen.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
I feel like you're my new publicist or something, because that was I was like, I did that. I was like, oh shit, Right. I was like, that's a good resume you got there then.
Bro, your publicist has the easiest job right now. You are so hot. Everything that you're touching is turning to gold. And I'm so excited to chat with you because we are basically the same person. We grew up in OC. Represent! We were both inspired by Annie, the musical. We also... we're both curvy girls. We both did a lot of community theater. We're both Latinos, and we both are on Emmy-nominated shows.
Well, there you go. We're just practically twins. We might as well, reenact Sideshow right now and take it on the road.
Do you sing?
I do. I went to school for musical theater, so we can start singing that song right now. I'll Never Leave You.
Oh, my God. Well, I probably will end up playing you in the Broadway musical version of What We Do in the Shadows. Like, we know that that's happening.
Harvey said he had a good agent, and
oh, boom. So, Harvey, What We Do in the Shadows nominated today for Emmy alongside Schitt's Creek and Curb Your Enthusiasm. You shared on social media, which I love your Instagram, by the way, but you shared kind of your excitement. Were you watching the nominations, or did you get the phone call? Like, what exactly happened?
See, I woke up 10 minutes before the nominations. Just weirdly enough, I wasn't planning on it. I didn't have the alarm or anything. And I went to sleep really late last night, and I was just like, I woke up and it was like, 10 minutes before the nominations. And I was like, what's going on? I was like, why am I up? And I was like, and I just have this urgency to get up. And I remember my really good friend, Johnny, texted me also at that moment. He was like, I'm rooting for you. And I was just like, what? Oh my God, the nominations. And I was like, I got out of bed and literally got to the computer just in time. I opened it. And then it was like, Leslie Jones talking, and it was just like I thought for a second we were nominated because the way that she presented, I think it was right after Miss Maisel, her inflection or her voice went down, and that's it. It's like yeah, I was like, we're done, and I was like, oh, we did. Oh, What We Do in the Shadows, and she yelled it really fast. And I was like, what? And I was like, oh, and then I literally, and that's when I was like I grabbed my phone and I was like, what? We just got nominated because it was kind of surreal. It was really cool, and it's like, this is great, and it was just nice to be a part of that. On the other side of that, I was looking forward to potentially maybe, it would be nice